Let me play the trailer before I go over doing the like frame by frame analysis type of shit, right? For those of you who haven't seen it yet.
I'm not gonna lose, you hear me?
Now I'll just cut you off completely.
I'll inherit my master's will.
You can't defeat me.
No matter what you become, I will always love you.
The Hokage is the person who walks in front of everyone and bears all the pain.
Why are you so obsessed with me? Naruto.
Because we're friends. Here we go!
In a flash.
My blood is boiling! Charge!
No despair.
You can't escape.
How about this?
Move!
I win.
Don't underestimate the will of fire.
I'll settle this. Now is the hour of judgment. Amaterasu. The weak are unsightly. This is the power of all the Hokage. Keep going, Lee.
Here I go.
I'll protect you to the end.
Sting to the beat of the killer bee heat. Prepare yourself.
Sweet dreams.
How about this?
You'll be eaten alive.
Idiots! Catch!
Lock on!
Go, Choji!
Shino, fire all rounds!
Super Beast Scroll!
Here I come, Hinata.
From here forth, history will be spun again. And so began their journey. On a path with no end.
Hold on a sec. I'm not like muted or whatever. Just trying to finish chewing before I... So before I go into some of the super chats, those of you who have played Ultimate Ninja Storm games before have absolutely, without a doubt, noticed that, first of all, this is mostly old content. Okay. Oh, wait. I forgot. There is one big thing at the end of it. I'm going to do my best not to hit my mic. Again, I did that a couple times last time I was streaming. Let me be better about it, but let me play the end of the trailer real quick, because there is a, it is kind of a big deal right here. Yeah, somebody was like, keep playing. I got it. This is like the big addition to the game so far, is Indra and Ashura, which is pretty cool. Okay, so now, again, before I go into super chats, aside from Indra and Ashura, all the stuff that's currently in the game is old. And it looks exactly like the Storm 4 engine. The only difference is that it's 60 FPS, which isn't really a difference if you have Storm 4 on PC, sorry, because you can play the game in 60 FPS. In fact, you can play all of the mainline Storm games in 60 FPS on PC. The only Storm games that you can't play in 60 FPS anywhere are Revolution and Generations. And you might be able to do some, like, emulator stuff to get the frame rate up, right? But, like, so the big thing, like, the main selling point to me seems to be, like, forget Indra and Ashura. The main selling point to me seems to be that they're combining the story modes of all 4 Storm games into one game, which, like, okay, that's pretty cool. But it's like, am I gonna pay 60, God forbid, $70 plus tax for that? I already have all these games. They released a compilation of it. And, I mean, look, like, if you go to GameStop, I'm pretty sure you can get, like, the Storm collection for, like, 15 bucks. So, okay, anyway, before these super chats disappear, all right, the last one that I didn't read before, $5 Canadian. Swag, I've been watching you since I was a little kid. I'm 14 now. Oh, wow. Yeah, I thought that I kind of read ahead and I saw the 14. I thought you were saying you were a little kid when you were 14, but you've been watching me since you were, like, tiny. Okay, you tell me, like, everything about Naruto. If this is weird to say, ILY, no homo, bro. Appreciate it, bro. Don't worry about it. It's not weird. Remember the Cheetos chicken fries bussin' from Jason for $2? I don't agree with that. I never had them, so maybe my opinion is worth nothing, but the Cheetos chicken fries just looked so foul to me. Konohamaru with KCM1 versus Pain Naruto Sage Mode. Pain Naruto. I don't even know what that means. I appreciate the $2, but I don't know how to answer this. King Dynasty, $20. Sup Swag, hype for Indra and Ashura. Yeah, me too. I'll talk more about them in a second when I get through this batch of super chats. Where the One Piece vid at? I'm seething waiting. I was working on it right before I went live talking about this trailer. So, Malik, $5. Love you, Swag. Glad you're enjoying Goat Piece. Appreciate it. Yeah, I like it. I had a good time. Well, it's not like presently enjoying. I guess week to week I'll read the chapter and I'll be like, yeah, this was good. But, you know, I enjoyed One Piece since I am caught up now. I just figured I would put that out there. Okay. A couple more super chats, then we can get back to talking about the game. Blinks, $5. Hey, Swag, big fan, been a fan since 2018. And I also have a question, and it is, can Gaara beat Deidara if it wasn't in the village? You can answer later. Gaara definitely had, like, a massive advantage in the Sand Village. So, I mean, Gaara didn't beat Deidara even there because it's, like, so, like, you take Gaara out of the village, and he loses the advantage of having a ton of sand. But he also gains a massive disadvantage, which is Deidara can blow up the village. So, okay. So, $10 from Nick, audio guy again. I reached out to you too. It's hard when I'm a nobody on Twitter. LOL. I really want to work with you in 6 free. I'm also a VFX artist and vid editor. Graduated 8 years ago. It helped my resume. All right, got you, bro. We can talk a little bit, you and me, not just you and 6 after the stream. Swag likes Burger King and you like Arby's. Phantom for $2. Hey, bro, Burger King slams Arby's. I'm sorry. How do I feel about the Ashura Indra abilities? I hated just Naruto and Sasuke rehash. Yeah, I don't like that either at all. Then Charlie for $5. I'm surprised BK's in business. They're always closed when they're supposed to be open. They close the store when they feel like on a whim. I've never had to deal with that before. Okay, now I think I'm through all the super chats for right now, so we can get back trailer analysis. So anyway, as you guys can see, actually, here, hold on a second, let me put a poll up real quick. Super chats during here, let me do this. Super chats. I'll actually go ahead and play the trailer again while I'm doing this. That way you guys have something to look at. During stream, after stream. Because I don't want to have to stop, like, you know, doing the trailer analysis every time. But, like, I obviously want to be able to read them, so I'll wait until this gets to, like, 500 votes. If it's like a big donation, then regardless, because like I don't want, like, if somebody comes in and donates like $50 or something, I don't want them to have to stick around all the way until the end of this stream. That could end up being over like an hour for me to read their message. But like, you know, So yeah, I think I can make like exceptions for big donate, but okay, yeah, it seems like I don't think I even have to let this go to 1,000. It seems like the overwhelming consensus is super chats after stream. So I will keep up with them. Don't worry, I will have a whole block where I just read super chats. But for right now, we can focus on again, with the exception of if you donate like I don't know, like 20. I'll figure it out when I get a donation that's big enough where I like feel bad if I waited until the end. Then I'll read it and I'll be like, okay, this is the point where like I'll read it live. But anyway, let me stop trying to save time by going over the rules of how super chats will work, because that itself is a waste of time. So anyway, the thing that I'm most excited about with this game is that you get to play through the entire story mode in one game, is what it looks like. Okay, so like there is the possibility that this is another collection, not one game, but there's no way, right? Like I feel like the chances that is the case, like that's like 1%, bro. Like there's no way that they would actually like just release another collection when they already released a collection of all the games. It doesn't make any sense. The only reason to justify doing it would be like what, like PS5, now you can play them all in 60 FPS on console, but I don't know, because, well, yeah, no, it's also coming out on PS4, so I think that it is significantly more likely that this is just going to be like one Naruto game where you play through the entire story of Naruto in succession, which is cool, right? I'm excited to play through it on stream. The thing is, so it's like if you're like a regular person and you can't like play the game for money, like I can, and when I say for money, I don't mean like Bondi is gonna pay me. I mean like I can stream it, make money from ads and people sending like super chats and stuff. But like if you're like a regular person and you're not gonna make your money back on it, and also you're not like a Naruto super fan, like I am. I mean, even if you are a Naruto super fan, like I don't know how you can justify playing or like paying for this game if it's just like, cause like, I mean, if you've played Storm 4 before, like, here, let me make sure that this is really. Hold on a sec. You can't. They upload a trailer for this PS5 upgrade of the game, and it's in 1080p. They couldn't even drop it in like 4K, bro. Come on, man. Anyway, if you've played Storm 4 before, I mean, like, this is exactly that, right? Like, it literally doesn't look any different. And so, the thing that's particularly annoying about that to me is that Storm 4 is like, okay, if you've played every Storm game, like I have, right? I didn't play Storm 1 when it came out. I started with Storm 2, but I played Storm 1 before Storm 4 came out because I was really curious because I heard how different it was. The graphics haven't really changed that much since the first game, okay? And with a lot of the assets that are in Storm 4, like the super attacks or like the ultimates, those are ripped straight out of older games. So you'll see some of this stuff, like this B super here, the Anoki super, the Mei super. A lot of these are like animations, like things that you've been looking at for like nearly 15 years, right? So that is kind of annoying. They'd have to just add like a ton of new characters for this to feel like a new game, because it's not just like, oh, it's Storm 4 again. It's like, well, it's also all that stuff from Storm 3 and 2 and Generations and Revolution and 1 again. I mean, so like if you don't have a PC, it is really nice to play Storm 4 in 60 FPS, I'll say. It is like, I don't want to say it's like a night and day difference, but it is a pretty big deal. Why the fuck are they using old animations? Somebody said. Well, no, okay, so like when they were making the Storm games, they were pretty much releasing them annually. Like it made sense to just keep old Ultimate animations in the game because they were just like making a sequel. So it's like you would keep the same like super that Lee had, for example, like because it's like, so when you think about it like this, it's like they don't have the budget to like make like basically remake old characters, so they can just keep the character as they were in the last game, visually of course, not in terms of like balance. Like when you look at it, like they either cut the character or they bring them back as they were. It's obviously better to do the second one, but like this is a weird case, because if it was Storm 5 and it had all the characters from Storm 4 and they still had like the same supers and stuff, but the game looked better, like it didn't look exactly like Storm 4, I don't know, like I wouldn't care as much. But it's like all of, okay, so wait, I want to point something out. This Team Ultimate right here, not the Naruto and Hinata one, This one, the one with Sasuke, Sakura, and Sarada, that is new. That's not in Storm 4. So that's cool. It looks like they're adding new team ultimates and stuff. But like all of these clips, like they go through this like montage of team ultimates around this point. I don't know why they highlight Taka here, by the way. This is weird because it's like, who's gonna be hyped to be like, oh yeah, I can play a Suigetsu, Karn, and Jugo. It's just weird. But like, okay, so they start the team ults here, and these are all ults that are in Storm 4. The only new one is the Sasuke, Sakura, Sarada one. So if they add new stuff, I will be happy with that. Especially because, so it's like, it's not like this is a new team ultimate that requires you to have like a character that wasn't in Storm 4 on your team. This is like all three of these characters were playable in Storm 4, right? So like maybe we'll get Itachi and Kisame. I think it's mega weird that they don't already have a team ultimate. If anybody from Bandai or CC2 is listening right now and that team ult doesn't already exist in the game, please just like go make it, right? It might actually, okay, look, it might actually be the difference between like a whole point out of 10 if there is no Itachi and Kisame Super. It will be very disappointing if like it's being released as a whole new game, like a sequel to Storm 4. Well, okay, so now let me think about how I feel about this, because Storm Generations didn't look that different from Storm 2, now that I think about it. And Storm Revolution didn't look that different from Storm 3, right? Like, those were pretty iterative sequels. So it depends on how many new characters they add, because Storm Generations had a lot more characters than Storm 2, and Storm Revolution had a lot more characters than Storm 3. And those were full price games. Like, look, it can't just be Indra and Ashura. This is cool. It can't just be these two, right? There's no way. There's no way they are dropping the game if these are the only new characters that are going to be added, okay? So let me think about characters that would make sense. And first of all, obviously, like all of the Boruto characters, the major Boruto characters, like pretty much all of Kara, Baryon mode Naruto, like, hold on a second. Okay, obviously Kawaki. I almost forgot Kawaki, but it's like, aside from them, is there anyone else to add from Boruto? That's like 10 characters or something, right? But who else could they add? Well, like Hagoromo, Hamura, Toneri. Maybe we'll finally become like Dragon Ball, where our games will have all the movie characters. So we can have the like guy who's the... What is the one dude from the movie Bonds where he's like... Oh, somebody pointed out in the chat, Lars from Tekken. Yes, please. But where we can have like the guy who's the Jinchuriki of the Zero Tails. Okay. I'll make an exception for this $5 super chat. Because it's quick. They said, give us Samui. That would be cool. I think,
I'll inherit my master's will.
let me think about how I want to say this, like, and who all this would encompass. All of the assist-only characters from the games before Storm 4, where there were assist-only characters, it would be really cool if they brought them back as playable characters. Like, Anko would be awesome. Chojuro. Let me think. Fu, Torune. But it's like, okay, so like even if all of these characters were playable, I don't know if it would be enough to justify me buying the whole game. Like, I'm trying to think of like what could they put in the game that would make me go, okay, I need to play this game. Because like, it's cool being able to play through the whole story mode, right? And I'm going to do it on stream. I'm going to play through all of it. But like there has to be something different, because I've played through Storm 2, 3, and 4, and 1, I guess, already. Let me talk about Storm 1. and how it relates to this game, actually, real quick. So, if you haven't played Storm 1, or if you haven't played any of the Storm games before, Storm 1 is very different from Storm 2, 3, and 4, story mode-wise. Someone said, give us any of Team Samui. It sucks that they weren't in any Storm games. Yeah, that would be cool. I think I agree with that. They're just more like side characters. I will buy this game if they remove substitution. Some dude said, hold on, you can't just take substitution out of the game. Then there were people, they would just be infinites, right? Come on, bro. I appreciate the $5, but like they can't do that. They would have to completely change the way that the game works, and it's clearly just Storm 4. So, now, the Storm 1 story mode is like, you can free roam around the Hidden Leaf Village, but that's it. And the fights are like little missions that you access from the main menu. So, like, the difference is with Storm 2 and 3, you walk around the open world, and there's like an adventure mode where you do this as well in Storm 4. And that's how you access the fights. Like, you walk to the fights, you go to their location on the world map. There's like, so they would have to do one of two things. Either completely remake the Storm 1 story mode, which, by the way, is featured in the game. Because you can see Naruto fighting Shikaku, which is a Storm 1 boss. Or they would have to, like, structure it so that the game is, like, Storm 4 story mode. But, like, so, like, if you haven't... In Storm 4, if you have played it, I'm sure you guys will remember, there's, like, this board where you just pick the fights and the cutscenes and stuff. Maybe they would do that, but that would be kind of lame. Let me see. Is there any free roam in this trailer? If not, that is a little alarming.
Inherit my master's will.
You can't defeat me.
No matter what you become, I will always love you.
Let me check out these super chats because I've gotten a couple big ones.
And bears all the pain.
Oh, yeah, somebody said put Minma in the game for $2. The Naruto with black hair and alternate timeline. Yeah, that would be cool. What if they have a Storm 1 open Konoha system for $20? I mean, that would be cool, right? If they had, like, open Konoha. But that would be really weird to transition from, like, the open village out into the rest of the world map. I don't know. I'd have to see how it was implemented. Adding the movies as story modes would be cool. Yeah, like, I would like to play through the movies because I think that CC2 can make them more entertaining than the movies actually are. Most of the Naruto movies are bad. I would need a new mode or a revamp of Storm 4 story. Yeah, so I'm worried that they're not, like, that they're just going to cut the open world out of the game. Well, quote-unquote open world, like the adventure field out of the game entirely because 2 of the 4 games don't have it. And I'm really worried that it's going to be like Storm 4 where you just click the different dots on the screen and that's how you navigate it. Retro Future, $10, huge fan. Hope you enjoy the game. Appreciate the support. I also really hope I enjoy the game. If Fugaku is not playable, we riot for $5. Yeah, but how do you give Fugaku a moveset? Like, you have to completely make it up. I mean, I guess they did that for Shisui, though, didn't they? And Shisui ended up being really cool. I feel like the reason people like Shisui so much is because of Storm. What about that one Taijutsu Master Kangaroo that Lee fought in that one filler? No. No, don't put him in the game, please. I'm begging you. Like, okay, if you just put him in the current Storm 4 roster right now, he would feel so weird. He would stick out like a sore thumb. Like if you have multiple filler characters, then sure, you can throw him in addition to them. But, like, he would just, like, you know what I mean? Putting characters from lore like White Fang Sakumo, previous assist characters, time skip characters like Kid Itachi, maybe young Guru EM, add summoning Susanoo battle mode and created characters. Okay. All of this is a bit too much. I don't think they're going to put in, like, Kid Itachi, for example. Sakumo is maybe possible. Character creation is the big thing I can see. If they have a character creator in Storm Connections, that will be the feature that gets people to buy it, I think. but it has to be better than the character creator from Shinobi Striker. Like, please don't let me, somebody without a Sharingan or Rinnegan, learn how to use Amaterasu and Shinra Tensei. It's just so weird. What about Izuna? Izuna could be cool. So the main thing about characters like Sakumo and things like that is, if you'll notice, if you notice, Indra and Ashura actually have movesets to draw from. I mean, it's like filler. None of this is actually real. And I think a lot of it is actually at odds with the manga. But, like, these movesets are based off of their appearance in the anime filler. You meant Young Hiruzen? Okay, Young Hiruzen maybe, but it's like, they actually have visual references to use for this. The only example of a character where they just completely made everything up was Shisui. And I don't know if they would do that again. And, well, and the thing with Shisui is they, like, added some stuff to the Storm Revolution story mode for him, too, so... Kinkaku and Genkaku, yeah, them being playable makes sense. So Kinkaku and Genkaku would be like the equivalent of all of the Edo Kage finally being playable in Storm Revolution. Because if you guys were playing these games as they were coming out, you might remember that when Storm 3 came out, the Edo Kage were fights in the story mode, but they weren't playable, and people wanted to be able to play as them, like Moog and Getsu, the third Raikage, and Rasa. And they put them into Storm Revolution, so... Kinkaku and Genkaku, I mean, it would be a little bit late, right? Because they also debuted in Storm 3, just like the Edo Kage, but, like, making them playable, that would be cool. Another thing, speaking of characters, like, sort of new characters, the Sound 4, if they redo the Storm 1 story mode, having the Sound 4 as fights would be cool, because now they're, like, actually playable in the game and not just assist only. Just let Sakumo be inspired by Kid Kakashi moveset? Yeah, but, like, I don't know. It would feel so weird. Like, I think that they nailed Shisui, and, like, the way that character moves, I'm like, okay, I can buy that, like, this is probably what Shisui looks like when he's fighting. But I feel like if they do that with anyone else, they run the risk of making them feel like a mod, like, oh, this is like a fan fiction character. Playing a Shisui in Storm 4, I actually think that's how you fight. Okay, yeah, so this, Kenny donated $5 to say pretty much exactly what I said. Naruto Storm 2 had Lars from Tekken as a playable character. Yes, and I hope that Lars comes back in this. Like, please, Lars being in the game is so sick, and I wish that he would return. Let me see. Add Gurren from the Three-Tail Beast. No, bro. I appreciate the $5, bro, but I don't like most of the Naruto filler. Like, the crystal style shit is so lame. So another thing about Indra and Ashura that's like, I am glad that they're playable, but I don't like the way that they're represented in the filler. Like, why is Indra Susanoo purple? Why is he using, like, Chidori? And, I mean, he's not actually using the Chidori, and he's not actually using Amaterasu. But, like, why is he basically using those moves, you know? Like, I get that Sasuke is his reincarnation, but so was Madara, you know? And, like, it's like Indra is just Sasuke with, like, a little bit of Madara, and Ashura is, like, actually like a middle point between Naruto and Hashirama, but he still uses like this weird like version of the Rasengan that doesn't even make sense because Minato was the one who created the Rasengan in the first place. So though what is funny about that is one of my friends had a theory that Minato was a reincarnation of Ashura, and here I am going to kind of sidestep discussion about the game just to talk about this, but the filler kind of supports this with Ashura doing the Rasengan thing. And I know it sounds crazy, right? But the reason he said this was because when Minato came back and was using Nine Tails Chakra mode, my friend noted that like he and Naruto were the only Jinchuriki who had these like chakra modes that resembled like Ashura's battle avatar and had like the 6 paths markings and stuff, right? All of the other Jinchuriki had, you know, like the V2 forms and transformed into the tailed beasts. And now, like, he acknowledged, like, so one explanation for this could be that it's just like a Ninetales Jinchuriki thing, or maybe it's because the Ninetales was split in half. But another thing that it could be evidence of is that Minato is a reincarnate of, like, Ashura. And then he also, like, one thing that we agreed upon where I was like, okay, well, I guess it could, like, I'm not necessarily saying I agree with the theory, but it's, like, one reason that it, like, could make sense is, like, Minato literally died the day Naruto was born, and he, like, with the Reaper Death Seal, he had to, like, give up his soul and everything, so it's almost like, so it kind of makes sense. And if Ashura, like, created the Rasengan before Minato did, then it was but anyway, that is, like, the only reason, or that's the only way in my head that I can parse, like, Ashura knowing the weird, like, Rasengan bearing. I don't even remember what it's called. That's the only way I can see it, like, making sense. And it's this, like, fan theory that has never, ever been even, like, 1% officially confirmed or, like, even hinted at being, like, officially real, right? It's like, I just don't like how, like, well, because first of all, like, Indra should have his own Susanoo color. Ashura should be using his own abilities. You know, like, the battle avatar is similar enough to Naruto's Kurama, like, avatar, sure, but, like, you know, want a little bit more to separate them than, like, those. I mean, like, Indra is literally just basically Sasuke. So, let me see. Somebody, $20. They could put Rock Lee FD character, or SD character, sorry, if they wanted to do a little trolling. That would be pretty cool. Or, like, alternate costumes. Yeah, I'd be cool with that. Let me see. Goku, somebody said for $5. Hey, Goku would be pretty fire. I hope they create new cutscenes for Storm 4 instead of the still frames that they took from the anime. They have to do that, bro. Like, there's no choice. They can't just go from actual cutscenes in the previous ones to, like, the still anime shots in the new ones. Let me see. I want Abacus Skateboard Guy from the War Arc filler. I don't even know who you're talking about. Appreciate the $5, though. $2 from Karumi78. $2 I want Chino from that one light novel with Sasuke. Maybe. I feel like they probably won't touch light novel characters, though, because most people don't know who they are. I thought KCM was because of the Reaper Death Seal. Yeah, look, I'm not saying that, like, the Ashura reincarnation theory is, like, accurate or, like correct at all. I don't think there's anything in the series that necessarily, like, completely discredits it. And it's obviously not the only explanation for it, right? It's like a friend of mine pointed out all of this stuff to me, and I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. I guess that's one neat way that you can look at it. And it is the only way, like I said, that I can think of that Ashura knowing the Rasengan, like, and nobody else figuring it out until Minato randomly created, like, the exact same jutsu. What must have been, like, hundreds, if not over 1,000 years later. That's the only way it can make sense, right? Let me see. What if battle mode with well-done cutscenes like Itachi versus Nagato or Itachi versus Minato and have missions for it, or vice versa? That would be cool, but I feel like you're expecting a little bit too much out of this game if you think they're going to do something like that.
My frail little brother. No.
Does the Reaper Death Seal one-shot anyone in the series? Well, it didn't do that to Orochimaru, right? So probably not. New Boruto story announced in the pre-order for the game. Here, let me see. Hold on. I'm going to mute this while I pull up the pre-order page. Are the pre-orders up on Steam? Let me see. I don't see. Oh, wait. No, it's not on Steam. It's on PlayStation. Right. Eating again? Bro, I'm sorry. I gotta eat. I already said, bro, I got my food, like, before I even knew. Like, I ordered the food before this trailer dropped, and I was like, oh, man. And by the time it got here, I was like, Okay, I guess it makes sense to stream now. So, like, I'm sorry. What do you want me to do? I was really hungry, man. I can't see a pre-order page anywhere online, so I'll probably have to do it on, like, my PS5. I could see Chino getting added because she was in the anime too. Someone like Yugao would be cool too. I would be down with Yugao. Chino, I haven't seen the anime filler. I just don't watch the filler, right? When I watch the anime, it's with a filler guide, and like most of the time when I'm going through the series, I just read the manga. So I'm not super familiar with the stuff that's in the anime. But if she is in the anime, then okay, maybe she is a bit more recognizable. Not gonna lie, the way Boruto got his scar was just worse Kakashi and Obito. The way Kakashi got his also. Why was Sarada so helpless? Can Kishimoto still not write females good? I don't know, man. I didn't think the way him getting a scar, like, I don't think it was like that bad, but it's like, it definitely felt like, okay, so like they wrote that opening scene without actually knowing how it was gonna happen, and they kind of had to like sloppily do it. Like they kind of had to like sloppily like make it actually happen by the time that they got there. You know, it doesn't feel pre-planned for sure. It feels a little contrived. Like, oh, okay, so I guess you know we have to do this so we can get to the like opening cutscene. Somebody donated $5 to say I kind of want Toneri because I like Tensegon. I also realized Shisui only has a green Susanoo because his eyes, chakra, and Danzo is that color. I don't know what the last part of that means, but yeah, Toneri being playable makes a lot of sense. Why is this also available on old gen consoles? Old gen console, the PS4. I think it's only PS4 and PS5. No Boruto spoilers, please? Oh, okay. Yeah, my bad. Appreciate the £2. So this is a $70 Storm 4 DLC. Basically, that's what it looks like. And it's like, I don't know how to feel about this because, like, I want this game to do well so that Bandai knows that people are still interested in Naruto stuff. But it's like, you can't expect people to pay full price for this game if it's just Storm 4 with the story modes playable from the previous games. That doesn't make any sense. No, they probably wouldn't do it, but what if story mode would be cool? Like, what if Sasuke won at Final Valley, etc.? Yeah, they probably won't do that. Also, Sasuke did win at Final Valley in Part 1. Got him. Quentin Miner, $10. Thanks for being cool, I guess. This community's been going through a lot lately, but everyone I talk to agrees you're a real one. Yosha. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. I do my best. $2. Anime should have kept Indra's manga Mangekyo pattern. Yeah, I agree. The anime filler blatantly contradicts the manga because Indra has a different Mangekyo pattern between the two. So I agree. Bondo and Kagura from Clash of Ninja Revolution. Hey, bro, hold on a second. Do any of you guys know about them? The Clash of Ninja Revolution 2 OCs, Bondo and Kagura. Bondo's this dude that has like a laser cannon arm, and Kagura is like, she's like an old like friend of Tsunade's or something who like, I don't remember. She has like, she wants to like destroy the whole world because Tsunade got like Hokage or something and she didn't. It's been forever since I played the story mode of that game, but it's terrible. If I had, okay, $20. I would not answer this question if it wasn't a $20 donation. If I had to rate Boruto of everything I've seen, what would I give it? Sorry for the chewing. Didn't want to answer with my mouth full. Probably should have muted my mic as I was chewing. My bad. So like, the thing about numbered scores is they mean different things to different people. Like a 7 could mean terrible to one person and really good to another person. I think that Boruto is like, and keep in mind, I'm not saying it's terrible when I say this. It's like a 6.5 or a 7. Like, it's solid. Like, I don't hate it. it's above average for sure, and I had fun reading it, but it's just nowhere near as good as like actual Naruto and Shippuden. It's on Best Buy, Steam, and Xbox confirmed for $60. Okay, $60 is still a lot to ask for this game. We need a new Clash of Ninja game, honestly. Yeah, it's probably not going to happen, but one thing I will say is that the developer... Hold on, I got to mute because I'm about to sneeze. Okay, just kidding, I guess. I still feel like I have to sneeze, but it's not coming out, so whatever, I'll ignore it. But the developer of the Clash of Ninja games, Aiding, recently worked with ArcSys on a game. I think it came out... It definitely came out last year. It's 2023, duh. Was it 2022 or 2021 that DNF Duel came out? DNF Duel came out sometime. Yeah, okay. It was the middle of 2022. They made this game together with ArcSys. And what's weird about ArcSys choosing to work with Aiding specifically is that Aiding is only really known for like anime games and like specifically Naruto games and like Bleach games. And then they made like these weird like non-traditional like Power Rangers games or like Sentai games or something. They also helped work on Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but it's mostly like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, a few Bleach games, and Naruto Clash of Ninja. And ArcSys reached out to them to make DNF Duel, this like random, like DNF Duel is like, it's like a dungeon and fighting game. Dungeon and Fighter is like this Korean MMO. And it's this like random property that Aiding had never touched before, right? And okay, so like where I'm going with this is ArcSys made Dragon Ball Fighters. They helped DNF Duel they helped Aiding with DNF Duel by publishing it. I don't know how much they developed it, but I know that they at least published it. And Aiding has worked on a team fighting game, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, just a team fighter, like Dragon Ball Fighters, and Naruto games in the past, okay? So my theory is that ArcSys reached out to Aiding to like get some help, or well, like to get them to make a game so that they could show it to Bandai and be like, yeah, look, these guys can like develop like an actual fighting game. Will you like give us the budget to work with them on Naruto equivalent of Dragon Ball Fighters, right? I'm not saying that is true. I'm just saying that is one thing that I think it could mean, okay? And that would be pretty dope, right? We need a 2D Naruto fighting game, somebody just said. Yep, I agree with that. Let me see. Dobbs with $10. I love you. Appreciate it, bro. Dueling Potato. Clash of Ninja series, good. Kagura was old student of Tsunade. Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. Kagura basically wanted to destroy the leaf because Tsunade refused to teach her the anti-aging jutsu. That's so stupid. What if Kakashi got Obito's right eye instead? He would be like #1 in the verse. Nobody would be able to beat Kakashi if he got close range Kamui. $50 from JKing18. You have donated a lot today, bro. Appreciate it. Thanks for answering the questions. Honestly, the show feels like a cash grab, but I've always enjoyed your content. I feel like you're the king of the anime debate community. Thanks to you, me and my brother have been able to get close watching you. I appreciate it. I don't want a title like king of anime debating or whatever. Like it's like I appreciate you saying it, by the way. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to dunk on you and be like, oh, that's like cringe or whatever. But I don't. Okay, look. I'm not gonna name any names, but there was a certain person who used to, they used to consider it very important that people saw them that way. And like, I don't want to be, like that. I've never really been that person who thinks it's like, oh yeah, I need people to know that I'm like really good at like debating anime power levels. So I also, for the record, don't like do debating really like that much. Like the public ones, the one against Parrot, the one against Noodles, the one against Afro, and like the turbo like 60-second debates that I've done with 6 on stream before, that's really it, right? Like it's not something that I do in my spare time really. So
Inherit my master's
let me see though. There was something that I wanted to mention about the story mode. $5. I've always wanted a Naruto turn-based RPG that plays like XCOM. Okay, so that sounds really cool. Thanks for the $5. That is never, ever, ever getting made because of how niche it is, unfortunately.
Swagkage is the person who walks in.
One pump chump, $20. I dubbed the king of anime debating. All right, bro, like that's y'all. I'm not accepting the title personally. Like, y'all gonna say whatever you want, but also I've like lost to 6 on stuff before. Now I'm not saying that like I'm like worse than 6, right? But like well, like he had a better record than me on stream when we were doing the live ones. So I don't know. I feel like the title would be a little bit questionable. King of Naruto content and content in general. Thanks for the $2, Antonio, and I appreciate the kind words.
In front of everyone and bears
I always get so worried that my videos are ass though, bro. Like, I will watch back one of my videos right before I upload it and be like, man, it's done. Yeah, this is terrible. To fix it, I just have to like remake the whole thing and people need a video, so whatever. It happens like every time I press the render button. I always just go like, man, my videos are so ass. This one's ass. Next one's gonna be ass. But then people will be like, yo, Swag, I love your stuff, and it makes me very happy. Let me see, $10. Why do you think the Leaf didn't just keep Edo Tenseis around from a purely militaristic perspective, having an army of immortal? Well, so, okay, the thing is, the jutsu had been released by the time the war ended, and I don't know how many of them Tobirama had at his disposal. The main reason is probably they did not want to have to engage in the whole live human sacrifice thing. Like, that's probably why. $5 from Devin Miller. What do I want from the Storm connections, or just in terms of Naruto media or content? Well, okay, like the one piece of Naruto media content that I want more than anything is a 2D Naruto game of the same vein of Dragon Ball FighterZ. That would make me the happiest boy ever in the whole wide world. The second, like the thing I want the second most is an anthology series, like you know, like the Minato manga that we're expecting to get announced, but like stretch that out and make it cover different characters, like more than one. $5. I'm shocked Kabuto didn't revive any Uchiha besides Madara. Yeah, I think that's weird too. Well, that's not true, by the way. He did revive Itachi. But I get what you mean. It's weird that the only ones were Itachi and Madara. Like, Fugaku coming back would have been a pretty big deal. He wanted to revive Shisui, but maybe the rest of the clan was just, like, weak or something. Who knows? $10 from Mr. Dude Guy. Yeah, but, like, if the Leaf had Edo Tensei, who's controlling them? And what happens if they turn against the Leaf with the Edos plus human sacrifices? Yeah, well, it depends on who they revive. I don't know who would be able to just flip on them like that, though, right? Like, if they have a strong enough summoner, they should be well, also, especially if, like, they go the Orochimaru route of, like, limiting the power of the person that they're reviving, then they probably shouldn't be able to snap out of it. Have I played Colors Ultimate on Steam? Is it any good? I played it on PS4, PS5, and it's just worse than the original Sonic Colors. Sasuke after the Final Valley free roam story. Hey, if they let me pick which character I get to free roam as in this game, that would be sick. Because they have Sasuke's, like they let you do it in Storm 2 a couple times.
This power I will establish perfect order. What you describe is nothing more than oppression through force and fear. My frail little brother. No. I do not wish to fight you, elder brother.
Somebody asked if Naruto and Sasuke still have 6 paths in Boruto. After Sasuke got his Rinnegan stabbed, I think he still has 6 Paths Chakra and stuff. I think Naruto still has the 6 Paths Chakra left over, but he's just like a lot weaker without the Nine Tails. I don't even know if he can use the abilities of the other Jinchuriki without Kurama. Someone said stream on Twitch more. Maybe, but I mean, you know, I gotta put time into my videos, right? So I think I've probably said everything I have to say about this game. Final thoughts. It kind of sucks that it's just more Storm 4, but I am a little bit interested. So, I'm gonna go get back to work on this One Piece video. You guys have a good day. Oh, wait, somebody just donated $2 to ask thoughts on Shinobi Striker. I don't like it very much, but like it's kind of fun, but I would have preferred a Storm 5 personally. Anyway, y'all have a good night. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Bye.